wouldn't hit you hard enough. Like, I had to put like 6 pieces of fucking juicy fruit to get like a good piece of gum to whip at you. But with Hubba Bubba, all I gotta do is put 2 or 3 pieces in my fucking mouth, and I got a little snowball. I got a little fucking weapon. So we would go up to the fucking ShopRite and steal 10 packs of Hubba Bubba down our pants. Security knew we were stealing it. They'd chase us out of there every fucking day, and we'd have to run down the hill. Every once a month, somebody got caught. And we get back to class, and they're like, don't say nothing. Somebody would get caught and shit. So by this time, we're fucking rolling Hubba Bubba, all of us, girls included, and we're getting a piece, and we're just whipping it at one another in the classroom. So we got Miss Walsh down to a science. We would behave in the mornings, we would go to lunch, get rushed up, and then come back at 12:45 and proceed to torture that lady till 3 o'clock. First, there was an array of noises, you know. Orlando would go, wow, wow. They would read in the afternoons, and he would sit in the back going, wow, wow. And she would just look up and look around the class to see who was doing it. And then Michael Allegretta, the immigrant, could make some noises like he used to go, mmm. He did it like a haunted house. So now we had these 2 noises in the mix. So you had mmm, but he would do it loud. And then Orlando in the back going, wow, wow. And then I would start with my wows over here, right? Wow, wow. And she'd be looking up, and she'd be looking around, and then a piece of gum would fly in the fucking room. And she would look at the wall and go, what the fuck was that? And then some afternoons we just said, fuck it. We would put pieces of paper in our mouths. A whole piece of paper. And fucking get spitballs that were so big and whip them at the wall. They would hit, and the spit would come out of them and shit. They were so disgusting. I mean, this is what we did every day. And she would have to take a breather. She'd go, okay, now, we're just going to sit until you guys get over it. And then we'd go heavy for like 10 minutes. Ma, moo. We'd make animal noises and shit. And then she'd go, are you guys ready to proceed? And we'd go, yeah. And then we'd fucking be quiet for like 30 minutes and then bring it on home for the last 45 minutes of class. Dog, we would make her cry. She was leaving there fucked up. Remember, half of us had trained under a guy named John Barone. That we were talking about him last night. In my world, was a phenomenal teacher and one of the funniest fucking human beings around. So we had all been in the 7th grade Barone. Our sense of humor had been taken a fucking notch by Barone. Barone opened it up, our sense of humor, so fucking much. And that class was very free in Barone's. For example, there was a kid in the class named Richie Colombo. Richie Colombo didn't give a fuck. Do you understand me, people? Do you understand you have like little friends or like these girls that go to yoga and they're like, I don't care, you know. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, you ever see these guys like, I don't care. Okay, good. Listen, Richie Colombo didn't give a fuck in the 8th grade to the point where he wouldn't even comb his hair. He had like this fucking nest. And he would come in and Mr. Barone would look at him and just shake his head. And one day Barone couldn't take it no more. And Barone goes, hey, Colombo, what'd you comb your hair with? A stick of dynamite? And Colombo goes, nah, what'd you comb that mop on your fucking head with? I mean, this was our 7th grade class. Okay, we had Charlie Gizzy, who sat by the window, and every time a plane went by, he jumped on his desk and he'd machine gun it down, okay? Okay, do you understand me, guys? This was not a jokey joke fucking 8th grade class. Then the other half of these motherfuckers was 16, 17. They were Cubans that came to this country and would not speak English, so they kept leaving them back. They would drive to school. They had beards. They had kids in other school. I mean, it was fucking, these Cuban guys like 18 with 2 kids, hair on their legs. You're like, what the fuck? I'm in the 8th grade. I got 3 hairs on my dick. And you're in gym changing with a guy that's got a fucking, an Arab for a cock. He's got fucking, see those Arab beards? That's what he's got around his dick. It looks like a neck brace for his fucking dick. I mean, it was just, we had another kid. We had Gizzy. We had Douglas Jimenez, another guy that didn't give a fuck with long hair. He was just looking to get out of school and start a fucking band. And dog, listen, I saw the principal, Leo Gattoni, get punched in the face by Luis Aldivar one day. And in the 8th grade, Luis Aldivar punched him in the face that Mr. Gattoni's leg buckled in the hallway as he was taking him to the principal's office. These guys are not your regular fucking nicey nice classroom. Okay, we got a teacher fired, we got a gym teacher fired. Then a fucking gym teacher hit me in the fucking 7th grade. You guys, 8th grade, you guys forgot about that. And Anthony Balzano's father fucking came in and cleaned his fucking clock, and they transferred him out. Dog, this 8th grade was no joke, guys. We didn't have a gym. You know how they judged us on gym? We had to shovel snow in the winter. Next time you drive on Route 3 and you're heading into the city, look at that fucking school on the left that you can't see through the windows, that it's like the sun, they have like a sunblock on there. Look at those stairs. It's like 5 levels of fucking stairs we had to shovel when we were fucking kids, and that's a tough fucking school, Jack. That school, after I got thrown out of fucking Sacred Heart School for boys, I was like, all right, I guess I'll go to school in North Bergen. Dog, my first day in McKinley, one of the teachers had to go home because he put his lunch canteen on the desk, and somebody put a hit of acid in his fucking coffee. In the 6th grade, he was a 6th grade fucking teacher, a 5th grade teacher, Ed Agresta. So that means somebody in the 5th grade in that school put a hit of window pane acid in his fucking canteen, in his fucking cooler, the coffee thing. He never came back from lunch. And then, last night we were talking about this, we almost died at the table. Because Whitey went to Kennedy, but it was me, David, and Louie at McKinley. And now, by this time, Mrs. Walsh's class, it was like October, and we were just driving her fucking nuts. Miss Verga was gone. We had a substitute teacher until they found the right teacher. And while they were looking for the teacher, they gave us this guy named Mr. Miss. Mr. Miss was a good-looking blonde dude that looked like fucking Robert Redford in the Sting. Whenever he would teach, the girls would go fucking nuts. Me and my buddies like, we got to kill Mr. fucking Miss because all the chicks like him. It was fucking crazy. Blonde-head dude, yoked, a nice guy, really nice guy. But I'll never forget, he came into the school one day, the substitute, when Miss Ver, he had like a week at the school, and he was like, guys, they talk about this class in all the grammar schools, how people do not want to come to this school. What do you people do to substitutes? What the fuck? What are you doing to, it was not pretty. If you sat with us in the afternoons, we would torment you, the noises, the riffraff. It was just, it didn't stop. So I never forget that we got to class one day. It was like a Wednesday. And fucking Mr. Miss comes in with Miss Walsh. They're talking in the hallway when we get into class. And all of a sudden, Miss Walsh and Mr. Miss walk in. They go, guys, Miss Walsh has to say something to you. And she goes, today, we're getting a visitor. I hope you guys can behave, because if you don't, we're not going to get any more visitors. They want to come and talk to you about cookies or something like that. We're like, okay. So they said about 9:15, we're going to put 2 classes together. That was no bueno. They were going to put both our 8K class together, and this dude was going to do a presentation. Me, Louie, was sitting in the classroom, and the guy comes out. He's got big eyes, like one of those people that has like those type eyes. He's like, hi, good morning, students. He goes, I'm here to talk to you about some disease. And we're like, okay. He wants to talk to us about some childhood disease. And he's like, he's giving us the pitch. that these kids, they're born this way, and the surgery takes like a week, and then they have to spend a year in a hospital, and this costs money. And if you guys sell these, whatever, I would like to say cookies. I don't know what he was trying to make us sell. But he was just closing on us, right? And he's like, you don't understand. This is gonna, help your school, and it'll help you guys. And we're like, what the fuck, guy? And I remember turning around, and everybody was looking at him like, you can't be fucking serious. And he's closing, he's telling us all the benefits by selling this stuff. And he goes, you don't understand. You guys will be helping kids. He goes, you guys, you know how lucky you are? You guys could walk around and play basketball and go to gym. He goes, these kids, it takes them 30 minutes to take 3 steps. And fucking Richie Colombo, that dude, that Mr. Barone with the hairdo, he put his hand up. The guy's like, I'm not done yet. Hold on with your question. Richie's like, and the guy's like, what? And he goes, if these kids, it takes them 30 minutes to take 3 steps, why don't you just give them roller skates, right? That's all he said to this dude. And this dude looked at him, and he goes, that's it. Presentation over. I'll never forget this. And he went back to his briefcase. You know how they open up their briefcase? They go, chick, chick, and all of a sudden the briefcase opens up. He was slamming his stuff in there. And he's like, I never knew why I came to the school. They warned me against shoes. This is the worst school in the program. And all of a sudden, we just started throwing spitballs, bubble gum, paper. It was fucking surreal. He was putting his fucking hands up. He ran out, and that was it. They're like, that's it for you motherfuckers. Then we got a substitute teacher, a full-time one. His name is Wally Lindsay. He was the mayor of Weehawken, and he was coming to teach our 8th grade. Cool motherfucker, long hair, he took us all out individually. And he's like, listen, I know all about you motherfuckers. I'll break your fucking neck. He goes, I know this guy, I know that guy, and they've already told me about you motherfuckers. So if I have any problems with Coco and Anthony Balzano, I'm supposed to call Carmine Balzano. We're like, that's cool. Fuck it, that's cool. So now we got a connection, whatever. Barone and me hated each other in the 7th grade. Now me and Barone were best friends. Miss Welsh, finally one day, we did our usual fucking thing. We went to ShopRite, we came back, and one afternoon, we just went off so hard. Mike, we went off so hard. Guys, you just never believe how hard we went off on it. Things were flying, people were making noises, machine gun noises. It was just farts. It was fucking awful. And in the middle of it, she slammed her book. It was like 2 in the afternoon. She slammed her book, and she goes, noises, heavy breathing. She's like, yells, screams, gum. She goes, what is this? And one of the kids goes, meet the noise, bitch. And she was like, ah! And she fucking ran out of class crying. And the principal came in like 20 minutes later. He's like, guys, I'm thinking of breaking this class up. Like breaking the whole 8th grade up and sending you all to different fucking schools. Because this is not fucking working.